Welcome to Red Wave Novel. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.
Chapter 1 Orochimaru, you don't want your research on forbidden technique to be exposed, right? Ding, congratulations to the host for successfully making a detonating talisman. The proficiency in making detonating talisman is +1. Ding, congratulations to the host for successfully making a detonating talisman. The proficiency in making detonating talisman is +1. In a forest in Konoha village, dozens of Yuyu's clones were concentrating on making detonating talismans. Every time these clones successfully create a detonating talisman, a mechanical notification sound will sound in Yuyu's mind. As a large number of detonating symbols were successfully produced, suddenly, the sound in Yuyu's mind changed. Ding, congratulations to the host who has reached the full level of making explosion talisman proficiency. Making the explosion talisman is automatically upgraded to explosion style. Hearing this different mechanical prompt sound, Yuyu's body immediately stopped what he was doing, feeling overjoyed. Sure enough, as I guessed, after the detonating talisman reaches the full level, the system will automatically upgrade it to the explosion style. My continuous proficiency in the liver detonating talisman these days is not in vain. Yuyu is not from this world. His soul comes from the earth. Yes, Yuyu is a time traveler. Like most time travelers, he traveled to the ninja world 10 years ago and became a Konoha baby who lost his parents. What? You ask why the main character is an orphan. Yuyu said, I'm an adult soul. If you call a stranger mom or dad, it's embarrassing for you, but it's embarrassing for me. You also ask why the protagonist was born in Konoha? Yuyu said that Konoha has many popular characters, which are easy to interact with and everyone loves to watch them. Closer to home, Yuyu also turned on the system after traveling through time. For the past 10 years, the system has been loading. Just half a month ago, the system was finally loaded. At that time, Yuyu also knew the capabilities of the system, a system that became stronger through continuous improvement of proficiency. On that day, he couldn't wait to use the system to start gaining proficiency. Because he knew that in 2 years' time, the third ninja war would break out. Unfortunately, the ninjas of their generation, like Kakashi, Uchiha Obito, Mike Guy, are all going to the battlefield. Although he has been practicing hard over the years. But he is too young, and he does not have wall-hanging bloodlines such as Sharingan and Byakugan. No matter how hard he works, his strength improvement is very limited. In the face of the general trend of war, who can dare to say that they are invincible unless they are as strong as first Hokage and Uchiha Madara? In order to increase the chance of surviving the third ninja war, Yuyu needs to use these nearly 2.5 years to practice various ninjutsu and continuously become stronger through gaining proficiency. To this end, Yuyu made a series of plans. First, he focused on the various forbidden techniques developed by second Hokage. Especially the Flying Thunder God. This is the magical escape skill. With the Flying Thunder God, his chances of survival on the battlefield will be greatly improved. As for Flying Thunder God, it's hard to learn and master? Yuyu said it doesn't exist. As long as you appear on my system panel, I can help you reach full level. The most important thing now is how to learn forbidden technique such as Flying Thunder God. Without Father Hokage and Master Sanen's Yuyu, it would be difficult to have the opportunity to come into contact with these forbidden techniques, let alone learn them. Looking for third Hokage? Looking for the future fourth Hokage? This may be a direction. But Yuyu wants more than just the Flying Thunder God. He wants all the other forbidden techniques developed by second Hokage. In order to solve the problem once and for all, Johan plans to find Orochimaru. Orochimaru during this period had not yet rebelled against Konoha. Orochimaru, who witnessed the tragic death of Tsunade's brother and lover, is secretly studying various forbidden techniques of second Hokage. And this is convenient for Yuyu. Although Yuyu wanted to come directly to Orochimaru and say, Orochimaru, you don't want your secret research on forbidden technique to be exposed, right? But reason told him that he must not do this, otherwise, there would be an extra corpse of a time traveler on Orochimaru's autopsy table. Therefore, Yuyu planned to bring gifts to the door, which was more polite. He believed that Orochimaru would like this gift very much. This gift is the clone of White Zetsu. For Orochimaru in this period, White Zetsu's clone is of great research value. A clone of White Zetsu, replaced by forbidden technique of second Hokage. This makes sense, right? In addition, Yuyu also needs to have the strength not to be easily killed by Orochimaru. Otherwise, Orochimaru is very likely to say, confused, kill you, White Zetsu's clone is also mine. For this reason, Yuyu has been brushing up on the proficiency of several ninjutsu he has mastered over the past half-month. In the process, he discovered that using Shadow Clone technique not only increases the proficiency of Shadow Clone technique, but also increases the proficiency of the ninjutsu exponentially when practicing ninjutsu with Shadow Clone. Regarding this, Yuyu felt both surprised and reasonable. After all, in Hokage, when Uzumaki Naruto developed the wind-style spiral shuriken, he took advantage of the fact that multiple shadow clone techniques can accumulate experience exponentially, allowing the wind-style spiral shuriken that originally took several years to be developed. Riken was developed in just 1 month. After discovering this characteristic of Shadow Clone, Yu temporarily gave up practicing other ninjutsu and focused on improving the proficiency of Shadow Clone technique. Maybe it's because Shadow Clone technique is not difficult, or maybe Yu has mastered Shadow Clone technique very proficiently. In less than 2 days, he has reached the full level of Shadow Clone technique, and on the system panel, it is also natural that an enhanced version of Shadow Clone technique, Multiple Shadow Clone technique, appeared. After the Shadow Clone technique was upgraded to Multiple Shadow Clone, Yu did not deliberately improve the proficiency of the Multiple Shadow Clone technique. When he used the Multiple Shadow Clone technique to improve his proficiency in other ninjutsu, his proficiency in the Multiple Shadow Clone technique had already increased. This is just like when a person practices swinging a knife, his arm strength will also be trained. With multiple Shadow Clone techniques, Yu's proficiency in other ninjutsu is rising slowly and quickly. In less than a week, the transformation technique in the 3-body technique and the D-level ninjutsu body flicker technique were both maxed out. The upgraded abilities of the full-level transformation technique and the full-level body flicker technique brought unexpected surprises to Yu. Transformation technique max level, pretend to be technique. Body flicker technique max level, phantom body flicker technique. The pretend technique is a variation of the technique possessed by White Zetsu. White Zetsu used this move to bring great chaos to the ninja coalition during the 4th Ninja War. The Phantom Body Flicker technique is a body flicker technique that Uchiha Shursui needs to cooperate with Sharingan to perform. And Yu, there is no Sharingan at all. What does this mean? This shows that mine is hanging above yours. At that moment, Yu's eyes fell on the system panel, which was originally very inconspicuous, making detonation talisman. Over the years, Yu has relied on Shadow Clone to make detonating charms to make a living. After the system was loaded, the ability to make detonating symbols also appeared on the system panel. Before that, Yu only wanted to practice ninjutsu and didn't care about the skill of making detonating talismans. But after seeing an example of the full-level body flicker technique being upgraded to a phantom body flicker technique, Yu decided to give it a try. Except for the tasks in the village that wasted some time, Yu spent the rest of his time busy. A week later, the proficiency in making detonating talismans was finally maxed out, and the max-level detonating talisman was upgraded to explosion style. If I maximize my proficiency in the explosion style, I should be able to make art like an explosion like Deidara.